guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I wanted to go through some of my fastest growing philodendrons, and I have quite a few here. So they all seem to be climbers except for one. So I'm really excited to show you guys. There's a whole lot of moss pulls in today's video. Before we get started, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And yeah, let's just jump right into today's video. So I guess I'll start off with the biggest philodendron, and I have here my beloved philodendron heartleaf. Heartleaf philodendron, I don't know the official name. But look at this big bad boy. Like, it's huge. I can barely get it into frame, and it's just growing up this very poorly made moss pole that I did when I first started collecting plants. And it's literally a bamboo stick with some burlap, I think that's what it's called, some moss and some twine. So it's not the most stable. It can like kind of wobble, which is not really that great. And I just used some plant velcro to kind of attach the vines onto the moss pole, and it's just huge. Like, it's growing all over the place, and I think it's outgrown this moss pole, and I need to rewrap it because, like, look at this. What is this? It's like literally coming off. There's this piece that's like not even attached, and I think I need to give it a little bit of a makeover, but for now I'm a little bit too lazy. It also needs to be dusted. It's like filled with dust and probably cat hair, but that's okay. So this is the beautiful philodendron heartleaf, and it's just your average philodendron. I bought two of these from Home Depot for like I think $3 back in the day. I think maybe it's been about a year and a half, and it's been loving life and just really enjoying my home. It doesn't really need much of anything. It's literally in front of a north facing window, and it's still grown to the size, and it's really beautiful. I just love this plant so much. It's one of my favorite philodendrons. I like it more than the Brazil, the Rio. How many other ones are there? I don't really know. But in terms of standard philodendrons, I think this one is my favorite. Everyone needs one of these in their collection. Okay, moving on, I do want to talk about the other really big plant I have here. I've recently extended this moss pole, so it's like really tall now, but it is my Philodendron GIGAS. So look at the beauty that this plant has become, and it's just so amazing. This is its newest leaf. Literally every time I show you guys, there is a new different leaf coming out, and it's just like, how is it growing so fast? I don't even know. Like, look at the size of it. It's already been propagated once, and it's still humongous. It's currently on the tallest moss pole that I ever have right now. I think actually between this one and the next plant, they're pretty comparable in terms of incredibly tall moss poles, but it's literally like bigger than my torso, this moss pole. I don't normally have really big moss poles, but I just don't have the heart to really cut this GIGAS yet, and it's gonna just live its best life and be really tall because it can't stop growing. It's so fast, it's so amazing, and I have nothing but good things to say about this philodendron. It's been so easy for me. I know some people struggle with it in terms of like root rot or like growing weird, I don't know, but my plant's been really happy, and the leaves are so fat and chubby. I love it. So this one needs to be moved pretty far away because this moss pole is constantly in frame, so I'm just gonna leave it down there. Yeah, moving on, I do want to talk about another philodendron, which is also obviously very fast growing, and this is my Philodendron MELANOCHRYSUM. So you can see how much smaller this philodendron is compared to the GIGAS. It is a juvenile form, so it hasn't reached its full potential yet, but each new leaf is getting slightly bigger. So as you can see, this is its past leaf, so it's really nice. It's like so amazing. It's still trying to harden off, so it hasn't fully darkened to the really beautiful dark green yet, as you can see with the leaf below and this leaf as well. These leaves have hardened off and they're a little bit different, but this one still has a bit of the bronzy glow that new philodendron leaves usually have. And yeah, I have two plants growing up this. The other plant is not doing as hot, like it's just a little bit smaller, so it's over here, and there's this new leaf coming out. Looks a little bit wonky, and I don't really know what's going on with it, but there's bits of moss everywhere because when I tried to repot this, it was a pain. Let me tell you, I like literally redid the entire moss pole so that it could be this tall, super skinny moss pole, and it was just so attached to its previous moss pole all the aerial roots have grown into the moss and I had to untangle it. I had to cut open the moss pole. It was like surgery, honestly, like just so much work. But now that it's looking like this, I'm really happy because I honestly think it was worth it, because now I don't have to touch it for the next like year, and hopefully it can just grow nicely up this moss pole and do great things for me. So yeah, this one has been growing really fast for me. Not as easygoing as the GIGAS, I must say, but still fairly medium to easy level. Yeah, I mean, it really depends, because my other MELANOCHRYSUM has already gone to plant heaven, but this one still alive, still thriving in my care. Moving on, I do want to talk about this little guy, which is my Philodendron El Choco Red. So I really like this one. It's so adorable. It has this really big leaf that is my absolute favorite leaf right now, and there's also a new leaf coming in, so there's that little green tip coming out of its little sheath. And this could probably use a moss pole, but I'm too lazy to repot it. Currently, it's in a little net pot full of leca with roots for days. Look at those roots. Like, they're so pink. I don't even know how they're so pink, but they're so pink. And it's just absolutely amazing. I currently have this shown in my beautiful cat planter. This is still available on my Etsy shop. If you guys haven't checked it out already, make sure you do. It's at GLORIASPLANTSANDPOTS. So cute. It has 3 different cats. So there's this like orangey brown one, there's this gray one, and then there's this black one. So one cat for all your potential cats that you may have. So yeah, very cute. I think it paired really nicely with this Philodendron El Choco Red. I really like this El Choco Red because, I don't know, it's not as hard as some people say it is. It is so soft though. It's like softer, not softer, I would say on par with my GIGAS in terms of softness and velvetiness. So yeah, I really like these Philodendrons. It kind of gives me like Splendid vibes, but with a red back. So it's a little hard to see because this one has faded a bit, but normally has really red, bright backs. And yeah, the new leaf definitely will have that. But as it gets a little bit more mature, it fades a bit. But I mean, I don't really care because the fronts are still so cute. Just look at that. I can't get enough of this, honestly. It's so great. We're down to the very last plant, and this one I hesitated a little bit to put into this video because I would say it was really fast in the beginning and now it has slowed down a little bit. So I'm a little bit more concerned, probably because it was hit by spider mites. So it really isn't the plant's fault. Normally it's a fast grower. So it is the Philodendron PASTAZANUM. So this is honestly like a kind of non-velvet version of a gloriosum. So they're both crawlers. So they crawl along the top of your medium, so soil, leca, whatever the case may be. It just crawls along the surface and it grows like that. So it more so needs a horizontal, long type of pot as opposed to a tall pot with a moss pole. So yeah, this is the PASTAZANUM. I mean, mine got hit pretty bad with spider mites. I didn't realize, and I didn't know what was really going on because I forgot about it, but it still came out with this new leaf. And I've propagated it before. I've also sold a piece, so that's why it still looks like the same size as it was back in the fall time, but the leaves are much bigger. So we got that going, meaning it at least is becoming a bit of a more mature plant and not so much juvenile as what I got it when I had my import back in fall 2020. So I've had that in my care for about maybe half a year to 9 months, something like that, and it's grown quite a few leaves, it's lost quite a few, and it's been through a lot. But I would still say it's a pretty fast growing philodendron, and it's generally pretty easy when it doesn't get hit by pests. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Comment down below if you have any fast growing philodendrons in your collection and which one is your fastest growing. I would love to know. Mine out of all of these is definitely my GIGAS. I don't even know how, but my GIGAS beats my HEARTLEAF philodendron in terms of how fast it grows despite how big the leaves are. Maybe it has more ideal conditions. I'll give it that. I give it better lighting, better humidity, and probably more on top of watering. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.